Imagine this: a mere 8-word phrase holds the key to unlocking some of existence's most profound enigmas. This undeniable truth has been intricately woven into sacred texts, ancient symbols, and even the celestial tapestry above us. As above, so below. It's a secret so potent that sages, mystics, and even contemporary scientists have been captivated by its power for centuries. Indeed, it represents a fundamental code for understanding reality itself. This pivotal concept serves as the gateway to comprehending your soul, the vast cosmos, and the very divine force shaping your destiny. It all originates from an ancient manuscript, the Emerald Tablet, penned by Hermes Trismegistus, the legendary progenitor of enlightenment. This tablet, radiating with cosmic insights, encapsulates the phrase "as above, so below," a revelation unveiling how the celestial mirrors the terrestrial, and how the entire cosmos reflects your very essence. This pervasive doctrine resonates across every hallowed tradition. One finds its echoes in venerable scriptures like the Bible, the Quran, and the Upanishads, and even in modern psychological frameworks, such as those posited by Jung. Hermes Trismegistus, a figure venerated in ancient times as the embodiment of the Egyptian god Thoth and the Greek Hermes, is widely credited with founding Hermeticism. This school of thought emerged during the Hellenistic period, an era when the convergence of Greek, Egyptian, and Babylonian philosophies sparked novel spiritual paradigms. Among the multitude of Hermetic texts, the Emerald Tablet stands as an eternal gem, encapsulating this maxim with unmatched clarity. The Emerald Tablet commences with a declaration of unity. That which is above is like that which is below, and that which is below is like that which is above, to achieve the wondrous acts of the singular essence. This profound statement unveils a hallowed verity. The celestial blueprint of the universe is mirrored in every facet of creation. The celestial realm and terrestrial existence are merely two expressions of the same boundless source, an interdependent ballet of spirit and matter. Alchemists, for their part, interpreted the tablet as a guide to inner metamorphosis, epitomized by the physical transmutation of base metals into precious gold. The lasting impact of the Emerald Tablet spans various fields, influencing the practices of alchemy, astrology, and metaphysics. Alchemy, in particular, perceived the phrase "as above, so below" as a symbolic representation of inner purification. The cleansing of the self, they believed, mirrors the perfection of the cosmos. So why has this principle persisted as crucial in spiritual traditions? It's because "as above, so below" connects the visible and the invisible, providing aspirants a compass to divine verity. This profound phrase beckons us to recognize our inherent bond with the boundless, harmonizing our inner world with the universal order. Everything in existence is connected, from the minutest atom to the grandest galaxy. Just as a single drop of water encapsulates the vastness of the ocean, you too are a miniature mirror of the entire cosmos. The ancients understood this profoundly, and modern scientific inquiry is at last converging with this wisdom. Quantum physics reveals that particles separated by light years remain inexplicably linked. It's the same universal principle at work. What transpires in the smallest corner of the universe sends reverberations through the entirety. And here's the profound truth. Your thoughts, your emotions, your very consciousness are potent enough to sculpt existence. As you transform yourself, you inherently transform the world. The principle of "as above, so below" extends far beyond the bounds of Hermetic thought. It echoes throughout the world's hallowed scriptures, affirming its universal nature by illustrating the profound connections. These sacred texts unveil a unified perspective between divine will and terrestrial life. One of the clearest scriptural endorsements comes from Matthew chapter 6 verse 10. "Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven." This verse from the Lord's Prayer epitomizes the Hermetic tenet, suggesting that the divine plan dictates both the celestial and earthly domains. It reflects the mirroring of God's flawlessness in human actions and terrestrial circumstances. Genesis chapter 1 verse 27 declares, "So God created mankind in his own image." This verse implies that humankind serves as a miniature cosmos, resonating with the universal blueprint imprinted upon our essence. Ecclesiastes chapter 3 verse 1 states, "To everything there is a season and a time for every purpose under the heavens, Here, the cycles of life and nature are uncovered as echoes of a grander divine tempo. In Hindu philosophy, the Chandogya Upanishad asserts, Tat Tivam Asi, thou art that. This ancient declaration vouches for the oneness between the individual soul, Atman, and the universal soul, Brahman. It perfectly reflects the as above, so below principle, by suggesting that the boundless celestial essence dwells within every individual. The Quran frequently promotes contemplation on the congruence between the heavens and the earth. Surah 51-47 states, "And we have built the heaven with might, and we continue to expand it." Here, the very act of creation itself is an emblem of divine mirroring, prompting mankind to perceive the terrestrial domain as a mirror of celestial wisdom. In Kabbalah, the tree of life acts as a potent emblem of as above, so below. The 10 Sephiroth spheres symbolize the emanation of celestial power into the physical world, demonstrating the reciprocal action between higher spiritual dimensions and earthly manifestations. These sacred texts unfailingly underscore a deep verity. Humanity serves as a mirror for the divine. This realization bears vast spiritual ramifications. As reflections of divine consciousness, humans are vested with the capacity to mold existence. The chasm between celestial and terrestrial is a mere phantasm, spanned by the enlightened discernment of awakened consciousness. Comprehending this principle provides direction for harmonizing personal will with divine order. Before we continue, I need to kindly ask you to subscribe if you haven't already, like this video, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Modern psychology, particularly Carl Jung's theories, furnishes a scholarly metaphysical scaffolding for as above, so below. Jung believed that the psyche reflects cosmic archetypes, just as the microcosm mirrors the macrocosm. Jung introduced the concept of archetypes, which he described as primal figures or behavioral blueprints intrinsic to the collective unconscious. These archetypes, such as the hero, the mother, and the shadow, are universal, surpassing cultural and temporal boundaries. They fundamentally illustrate the linkage of the human psyche with the broader cosmic order. For example, the self-archetype signifies entirety and cohesion, resounding with the Hermetic concept of the one thing from the Emerald Tablet. The shadow embodies the concealed facets of the psyche, reflecting the alchemical journey of integrating light and darkness to attain inner metamorphosis. Jung explains that individuation is an act of aligning above and below. Jung's process of individuation, known as the path to self-actualization, demonstrates the congruence of as above, so below. Individuation involves integrating the conscious ego with the unconscious and archetypal realms, mirroring the Hermetic quest of merging the earthly and the ethereal. Through individuation, the individual delves into the profound recesses of their subconscious, the below, discovers cosmic verities and archetypes, the above, and ultimately achieves wholeness, harmonizing individual self with the universal structure. In Jungian psychology, synchronicity offers concrete proof of universal correspondence. Jung's concept of synchronicity, the occurrence of meaningful coincidences, provides tangible evidence for as above, so below. Such events, which challenge traditional notions of cause and effect, illustrate the intricate linkage of inner and outer realities. For instance, a dream symbol that corresponds with a real-world occurrence reveals hidden truths, or intuition leads to discoveries that seem divinely guided. These experiences demonstrate that the material world, below, and the immaterial realm, above, are intertwined without separation. Synchronicity prompts us to perceive the cosmos as a unified entity, ruled by profounder templates of significance. The phrase as above, so below, embodies a fundamental verity about existence. All things are connected, intertwined within an immense and elaborate network of relationships. This principle posits that each segment of the cosmos mirrors all others, from the smallest particle to the largest galaxy. The natural world provides awe-inspiring instances of mutual dependence. Fractals, for example, are geometric patterns that replicate across varying magnitudes. The branching of a tree reflects the design of blood vessels in a human body, just as river deltas bear a resemblance to neural pathways. These repeating patterns demonstrate the direct mirroring of the miniature in the grand scale. Modern science bolsters this spiritual discernment. In quantum physics, entangled particles remain connected regardless of distance, demonstrating that the very weave of existence is inherently linked. This principle reflects esoteric doctrines that no entity or occurrence stands alone. Mystics believe that thoughts and emotions possess energetic frequencies that impact the collective field of consciousness. Just as a pebble generates undulations across a pool, individual actions and intentions affect the larger totality. This is precisely why personal growth and enlightenment are not isolated endeavors. They aid in the advancement of universal awareness. Spiritual traditions throughout history have stressed the connection between the divine, the above, humanity, the intermediary, and the cosmos, the below. This three-tiered arrangement uncovers that humans function as both reflectors of celestial power and channels for its emergence. Hermetic philosophy teaches that the universe functions based on a divine master plan, where every aspect of existence is a mirror of elevated tenets. This concept is reflected in hallowed geometric forms such as the flower of life, which depicts the interconnectedness of creation. The celestial order above furnishes the pattern for terrestrial expressions below. Humans are singularly poised to unite the spiritual and material realms. Endowed with both a corporeal form and a celestial spirit, we are microcosmic mirrors of the universe. This duality makes us fellow architects in the cosmic ballet of existence. By harmonizing our intentions with divine principles, we direct heavenly forces into the physical domain. In esoteric thought, celestial movements, such as planetary alignments, are believed to impact terrestrial occurrences. Astrology, for instance, reflects the idea that the celestial and terrestrial realms are interwoven. Just as the cosmos affects human existence, so too can human consciousness influence cosmic energies through acts of will and devotion. Awareness stands as the paramount factor in comprehending and enacting as above, so below. It functions as the conduit connecting the spiritual and material realms, allowing individuals to serve as receptacles for divine energy. The Hermetic principle suggests that cognition precedes materialization. By focusing our consciousness on higher ideals, we harmonize with celestial intent, molding existence in congruence with cosmic equilibrium. Through practices like meditation and prayer, consciousness surpasses the material dimension, forging a direct link with the celestial. This connection imparts lucidity and discernment, allowing individuals to align their inner world with cosmic truths. As individuals become cognizant of their inherent divinity, they apprehend their function as fellow architects. This awakening is not a one-time event, but an ongoing journey of harmonizing the ego with the soul, permitting celestial illumination to emanate through the human mind. When attuned to universal principles, the mind becomes a potent tool for restoration, metamorphosis, and origination. Alchemy is the tangible and esoteric manifestation of the Hermetic principle. At its essence, this art is dedicated to metamorphosis, transmuting base metal into profound sagacity and the ordinary into the sacred. Pivotal to the alchemical endeavor is the quest for the philosopher's stone, a symbol for inner illumination. This stone represents the perfected self, where the above, spirit, and below, matter, are completely harmonized. Alchemists perceived the cosmos as comprising four fundamental components: earth, water, air, and fire. These elements manifest in both material and ethereal forms, representing phases of metamorphosis within the individual. Spiritual alchemy employs the methodologies of material alchemy as a symbolic representation for inner transformation. Negredo, or blackening. This stage involves confronting and cleansing inner defilements. It is the profound crucible of the spirit where self-centeredness and deceptions are incinerated. Albedo, or whitening. Here, the individual attains lucidity and illumination. The cleansed self starts to resonate with higher truths. Rubedo, or reddening. The ultimate phase is synthesis, where the individual reaches equilibrium between the celestial and terrestrial, living as a fully awakened being. Alchemy teaches that internal metamorphosis unlocks external equilibrium. The condition of the person mirrors the condition of the planet. By transforming within, we aid in the restoration and upliftment of collective awareness. Harmonizing with celestial tenets fosters meaningful coincidences, where internal and external domains merge fluidly. My comrades, this expedition does not conclude here. It merely commences. To manifest this tenet, numerous contemplative techniques and spiritual disciplines are available. Meditation is arguably the most immediate and potent method to incarnate the as above, so below principle. By forging a link with both the ethereal domain, the above, and the corporeal sphere, the below, I begin to comprehend the elaborate oneness of all being and perceive the equilibrium that exists between the two. Below are various meditation practices and spiritual exercises to help you integrate this principle. A particularly immediate application is what we call cosmic meditation. In this practice, I meditate while perceiving myself as both the miniature cosmos and the grand universe. I sit calmly, withdraw inward, and envision a luminous glow overhead, symbolizing the sacred or elevated awareness. I imagine this light descending into my being, suffusing my frame with luminous vitality. Simultaneously, I visualize my own energy radiating earthward, anchoring me profoundly to the planet. This process of uniting the celestial with the terrestrial aids in blending the spiritual and material aspects of my being. This practice is about harmonizing oneself with the current of divine vitality, both receiving and transmitting it. As I strengthen my bond with this illumination, I begin to feel my life in congruence with a grander universal design, where I am not merely distinct from the cosmos, but an essential component of it. In many spiritual traditions, breath is seen as the vehicle of vital energy or prana. To embody the principle of as above, so below, I can practice breathwork exercises designed to unseal my link to both the ethereal domains and the material sphere. For example, during deep conscious breathing, I visualize my breath absorbing celestial vitality from the heavens, and I imagine it coursing into my being and radiating outward through my lower extremities, extending into the earth below. With each breath, I synthesize the celestial and terrestrial into a harmonious singularity within my essence. Consider subscribing and joining countless fellow truth seekers. Together, we'll unveil these enigmas and unleash the sacred capacity residing within every one of us.